let's go. It's time to be the GOAT. It's time to enter God mode, man, let's get it going. I wanna be the greatest, energy is overflowing. I know I'm stoking the fire, my desire's taking over, not time.
Okay, you beautiful friends. Yes, I know I am terribly slow about getting Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur episodes out. I apologize for that, but as per usual, I always put too much on my plate at a time, and I've got like 4 or 5 shows I'm watching all at the same time now, and yeah, stuff always gets put to the back burner. Plus, on top of that, I know there's not going to be no season 3. Granted, you never know. We could always get a surprise and there's a season 3 and all that stuff. Very, very, very doubtful. I haven't heard no news yet, but you never know. I do want to complete the series though, so that's what we're doing. We are watching another episode of Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. I know we're in season 2. I never know what episode I'm on though. I barely even remember the last episode. I apologize about that too, but I do remember that I did like the last episode. It was a good episode, fun episode. Just, that's all I look for when it comes to Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur though. I don't want nothing. I do want story. I want story, I want something engaging, but at the same time, I also want something that's down to earth and lighthearted, tells a good story, gives a good lesson, but I don't want something really extremely heavy, because right now I'm also getting that from Invincible, which hopefully I'll be able to watch that next episode very soon. So I might actually watch that episode at the house. I don't know. Filming at the home location. I do need to do that at least once a year, tax purposes and whatnot, you know, so yeah. Other than that though, I think I need to just shut up. We need to get into this episode. I can't remember what episode we're on, but I do remember that the last episode wasn't really, you know, heavy plot episode type stuff. So we've had a couple episodes now like that where it hasn't been really heavy plot episodes. So I'm presuming we're about to be in for a pretty heavy plot episode. So time to put these old headphones on and find out in 3, 2, 1, and play. Okay, so we're starting out with Moon Girl, but all she's doing is putting advertisements up for the roller jam.
It is about to go off at roller jam at roller for the first time ever.
Alright, so that's our title as well, Roller Jam.
I know, right? Oh, welcome to Roller Jam.
Welcome to Roll With It. When I laid this wood with my own hands almost 50 years ago, a place where no matter what nonsense was going on outside these walls, right here on this roof, are disappearing across this country.
Okay.
You know, greedy
I like the
landlords
message that
pricing
he's
us out
sending.
left and right. But as long as I'm here, there is going to be a place to roll in NYC.
Is that the Vernell? As in Pops' former best friend / skate partner turned mortal enemy?
The one and
Really?
only. I thought they agreed never to
You
attend
got a
CJ
mortal
after
enemy,
what went down in
Pops.
Philly all those years ago.
They did. The one time they tried, the weekend was a disaster.
Lou handled the invites.
Oh, I sent them to everyone in Pop's address book, just like you
Oh,
said.
see, it's your fault, Pops.
Oh.
Oh, well, okay, never mind. You know, they say don't contact.
Might have been a little distracted.
That is one heck of a weird handshake there, my dude. You don't grab the hand by the thumb.
I know y'all hate to see me go, but y'all love to watch me leave. Who's gonna be booked up? Where's a man supposed to rest his head?
How about
Oh,
your place, Pop?
gosh.
with you.
No.
Yeah, Pops.
How about you, Pop? He can still
This is what the episode's going to be about? Pops having to deal with an old friend that he doesn't like no more and then reconnecting somehow?
with us.
Oh my gosh.
Well, isn't that?
Once upon a time, you had a lot of love in your heart for that man.
Yeah, well, that's ancient history.
Okay, so we obviously got to know the story behind what the heck happened
Try,
between you
but
two.
no promises.
Best sleep of my life.
Oh, and then he's got stories to rival his stories, and then that's all they're doing. Okay, I'm hoping that there's going to be some good to this episode that's going to be like hard-hitting and fun, and just so far I'm not enjoying it.
Moon Girl! No, beating up old people is
I bet you
crime.
wanna-
Just trust me, okay?
Oh my gosh, sounds
As an
good.
esteemed president
Oh,
of
I
your
done forgot what I was
local
about to say now.
Nation fan club.
You are cordially
Talking
invited
about
to
beating
a
up old
roll
people is a
Jam
crime.
Meet and greet tomorrow with Moon Girl. Yes. Said we couldn't skate because it wasn't soul night.
Yeah, not that it was the first time.
Didn't matter.
Oh,
if they called
that's
soul
where
night,
we're
gospel
going
night,
with this.
Even MLK night.
All meant the same thing. People like us weren't welcome.
And build our dream. But
What? Oh, come on. I thought this was going to be something else. But in all reality, Pops then stole the limelight over top of you. I mean, come on. Why didn't you help him up?
I forgive you, Vernell.
Whoa.
You forgive me. You forgive
What?
me. I dare you. I forgive you. You selfish, upstaging, spotlight hogging backstage.
Well. Time for another challenge, Moon Girl.
Oh, gosh dang. This episode
Talk
is
more about how
freaking
great Moon Girl is.
horrible.
Oh, look, who wants to try my
Oh my gosh. Although I think that's pretty good. You know, they got this guy here trying to challenge Moon Girl,
To rest once
and
he's
not going to get to
You,
challenge
me,
her at all.
night at the jam. We're having a
He's tripped up
stay-off.
every time.
No! She's building a regenerative, cryogenic cooling tower. Yep, that's a thing.
That sounds science.
It does, doesn't it? Oh, hey!
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh
So glad
gosh.
you came out. Great
Dude,
night.
they're turning your dad into a freaking idiot.
I know.
Maybe he's always been
This
that
is
way
what
though.
roller jam's all about.
Now, I call this move the
And this time around, you're gonna be the one to probably trip over your pants, I bet.
Cause I lay it on smooth.
The thing you dreamed about, you're ruining it. Every day it feels like
Good.
another one of our beloved
It's about
ones gets
time.
scooped
Now,
up.
don't y'all
Just
recognize her
released to
voice,
some
by the
big
way?
box
You're,
store.
you know,
We're in
you're
a
her
fight
family.
For our culture here. The biggest threat should be coming from the corporations and the landlords.
My name is...
Yes now, Brian!
Guess now! Oh, you remembered my name.
I like this guy.
Just changed.
He's making it a little
I went by
better.
this estate sale this one time.
Funny
Found the
wise.
best
I mean, we
upgrades,
could have had
got the
such a
best
better
deals, just been
episode,
waiting
but
for the
that's
best
funny.
occasion to wear 'em. So yeah, I'm Blue Streak.
This guy shouldn't be a threat.
I'm winning!
The way I stole the show in Philly, it was wrong. I should have stopped. For
Yes, it was wrong. You
And I
were
should've
wrong the
stayed
whole
for
freaking
mine.
time.
I owed you a conversation. I wish I had fought for our friendship. I'm so sorry, Laffy.
Okay. The music's always good, though. So that's definitely a saving grace of every episode, regardless. Yeah, I'm sorry to tell BS there, but nothing really compares to old school stuff, so... Dude, what's your socks mismatch score, too? Actually, I've done the same thing. Who cares?
And we disrespected it by letting our ugliness inside. We forgot to put
Yeah,
down hate
Pops.
and let them skate.
But if you give us another
Your
chance,
ugliness came out
we
this
promise
episode,
to
that's for
get
sure.
This party back on track. What do you say?
Yeah! A regenerative cryogenic cooling tower. That's a real thing.
All right, everybody, it's that time.
I'm with you there. I didn't think she was going to say that either, but she did.
You go, Burnett.
Okay, so yeah, that was obviously the episode, and yes, y'all could definitely tell my frustration with the episode as it was happening. I was definitely pretty vocal about it, and oh my gosh, I like slice of life episodes. I like them, really do, but at the same time, I want some sort of storyline involved. We haven't seen the Beyonder in quite a while. I don't know if we're going to see him again or not. Well, we did see him in the quote band episode, but that was only for a second. So yeah, and then we hit the point where I truly thought we were about to get something special, and this was going to turn the episode into something so much more than what it was. And then that got cast to the side. This was one of those episodes that could have turned out to be such a great episode. I mean, the story that they started with, I was so glad that it didn't have anything to do with the grandmother and them two fighting for her and stuff like that. That part, I was so glad that didn't happen. But they started their story out with discrimination and how they were not allowed to skate in the same rinks as white people back in the 60s. Maybe 50s, because the civil rights movement started in the 60s. Okay, yeah. It was probably like late 50s, early 60s. So most likely early 60s, because they were able to then go start their own rinks. But they had those moments there in the beginning that could have turned into such a great freaking storyline. I know it's horrible to say this. It is completely horrible to say this. But I love stories that deal with discrimination, because it does put that out there in the forefront, because we don't need to forget about it. We need those kind of stories there so that people don't forget struggles that were happening back then. Do we have it nowadays? Yes, there is discrimination out there nowadays and stuff like that, but I am a big advocate in saying that the struggles and discrimination that we face nowadays is nothing like it was in the past. That's just my opinion. By all means, let me know how wrong I am in the comments, but that's just my opinion about how bad it was back then. Nowadays, it's not nearly as bad. You got select few people out there that are a very vocal, very slim minority, regardless of what people believe. But if you go out there in the streets and actually talk to people every day, you're going to find out that most people are just like, oh, hey, how you doing? All right, see you later, love you, bye. You know, most people are genuinely good people. There is a very, very, very small minority out there that are very vocal, just like on all sides, that are horrible people. Because you got it on both sides. But I was hoping for something really impactful, to really mean something, when I saw the way their story was starting out with them two and them starting their rink because of discrimination. That was a good start to the story. Oh my gosh, it would have been so good. But then that aspect faded away. Granted, I love the, you know, what became of that in the end. You know, the rink is meant for everybody. You know, anybody of all cultures and all skin colors and all of everything. Anybody is welcome. Love the message. But it felt like a blip in the screen with them, the start of their story. I thought we were going to get something good there. But the episode, for me, was just, in my opinion, was horrible. Because then we come to find out by the end of the episode that everything was Pop's fault. He was the one who sat there and instead of going to his friend and helping him up after his friend tripped in the middle of their routine, nope. What he does instead is take the limelight, does whatever skating he does, and then for what, 30, 40 years? Just disregards his friend? What? Is this the Pops that we've always loved? I mean, what the heck? And then we got this BS guy, Blue Blaze, I mean, Blue Blaze Streak. I'll just use his initials BS because it kind of works. I can do that though because my initials are also BS. He's a shining light to lighten the mood, but he just didn't fit with the episode. I feel like if they took the villain out, if they would have took the villain out and truly worked on the story between Vernell and Pops and actually fleshed it out to where Pops always saw it in a different light. That way they didn't make him look like a bad guy in this whole situation. If they would have just smoothed it out to where they didn't need, that BS guy in there. They didn't need that. This whole episode just does not work for me. Could have, but it didn't. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I know I'm gonna get somebody in the comments arguing with me about something, even though I'm not trying to argue with nobody, but I know it's gonna turn into something just because I said something about discrimination and this and that and how it was so much worse back in the day when, let's just have some common sense and realize I'm not saying nothing bad. I'm just saying, hey, back in the day they had people getting fire hoses pulled on them and all this other stuff just because they sat down. But then they're going to come out and point to me like, oh, this, and this. I don't know. I just wish we lived in a society that was full of common sense and realized, let's just treat each other with dignity, respect, and love. And that's what this show is about, is to love everyone as if they were yourself. Granted, some people don't love themselves, but that's a whole nother discussion for a whole nother time. I've been very long-winded, so I'm shutting up, passing it off to y'all. Y'all know the drill by now. If y'all hate what I said, I'll talk with you down in the comments. I'm not here to argue though, so please understand that. So if you want an argument, you're not going to get it from me. I'll reply back, but if I see it's turning into an argument, I'm just not going down that route. Either way though, you can still voice your opinion all you want down in the comments. I'm not the kind of person that deletes and blocks, and if I see it that it's in like a folder or something that's like, oh, blah, 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 I do check those folders as well to make sure to be like, click, approve, all that good stuff. So I'm shutting up, passing it off to y'all. Hit the like, tickle to subscribe. Don't be texting and driving. Love what you watch and watch what you love. And take it away, Mr. Rogers.
I like you just the way you are.